Hey guys, welcome to my newest video for today. Today's video is going to be the last of my Adventures in Entertainment Land, and this video is going to cover the last of everything that I've watched in the past week. I've got a few things here to talk about, movies, a couple of books, and then of course like movies I've seen at the cinema, so I'll just get into it. And the first movie that I watched was Thor on Blu-ray. I've actually already seen this at the cinema. It was the first movie I saw this year, and it's still just as much. I had just as much fun watching this as I did back in like April. Yeah, I just really enjoyed this movie, and it's like one of my favourites from this year. So I just had a lot of fun, and I liked all the cast, and yeah, it's just because I thought Chris Hemsworth did a really good job as Thor, and yeah, so it's just got like a mix of a little bit of everything. Like there's humour, there's adventure. So yeah, really enjoyed this film. So I gave it like a 9 out of 10 when I saw it at the cinema, and it pretty much still holds up to that rating. So yeah, that's Thor. And then I finally got around to seeing Starship Troopers, and I thought this was just amazing. I don't have any intentions of seeing the sequels. I mean, I've heard they're not very good, so I think I'll just stick with this one unless some people want me to check the sequels out. But yeah, I just thought this was epic. It's like blood and guts and action, and yeah. And I didn't actually realise Neil Patrick Harris was in this, because I was sort of like, yeah, I just, because I started watching it, because I had some trouble actually watching this, because I believe it's a common problem with the Sony Blu-rays, well, is it because, I mean, we have two Blu-ray players at home, and the one that I mainly watched my movies on is Sony, and I put this on because this was one of the ones I ordered from America, and as I thought maybe that might have been the problem, but I put it on and it sort of started to load and then nothing, and I was like, yeah, I was kind of trying not to, because I wanted to watch it, and yeah, so I finally went online, and it turns out it's a common issue with the playback. So luckily we had the other Blu-ray is an LG, and that worked, and so I got to see it. And yeah, really awesome movie. Yeah, as I said, like Neil Patrick Harris, it's sort of weird to see, because he was like young back in this one, but I did really enjoy this. So that's Starship Troopers. And then I saw Bugsy Malone. Really enjoyed this one. As I mentioned in my update, I hadn't seen it, and it's like a musical, so I think it's like had to obviously get around to seeing it. And yeah, I just really did like this. I thought the concept was interesting, like all the main characters are played by kids essentially, and yeah, I just thought this was a lot of fun. And because I believe this has a very young Jodie Foster in this, because I think this came out of 1976, so, but yeah, I just really enjoyed it. I think my favourite song is My Name is Tallulah. Because that song just like got stuck in my head. It still is, and so I had to immediately go on YouTube and find the clip so that I could play it. But yeah, I just really had a lot of fun with this, and yeah, it's so that's Bugsy Malone. And then another rewatch from cinema viewing earlier in the year is X-Men First Class. Again, I saw this back in June when it came out, and I really did enjoy this. I think I'd rate this as my second favourite X-Men movie, because X-Men 2 is still my favourite one, but this is a close second. I mean, I like all of the X-Men movies, but even Last Stand and Origins Wolverine. But yeah, I just had so much fun again with this movie. I sort of liked how it did pay homage to the first two movies, like with the beginning and that. And but yeah, I just thought yeah, it's quite interesting seeing like you know, a young Professor Xavier and Magneto, and I mean, yes, there are continuity issues with this, but if you look past that, it's still, yeah, as I said, a lot of fun. And on a somewhat unrelated note, Jennifer Lawrence, who plays Stieg, I'm so looking forward to seeing her in the Hunger Games next year, because she does a really good job in this movie. And I mean, all of the cast do a good job, but yeah, so I believe I gave this an 8.5 out of 10, and I think it's still that same rating because it's not one of my absolute favourites from this year, but it's still in that top 10-15 range. So that's X-Men First Class. And then I watched the first Planet of the Apes movie from 1968, because I saw Rise of the Planet of the Apes and I had never seen any of like the original movie, so I just thought it was pretty much high time I got around to seeing the original, and I did enjoy it. I wasn't too sure what to expect from it, because like up until I saw Rise of the Planet of the Apes, I had no interest in watching these movies. And like I knew the basic premise, because like my dad's a fan of the series, and he sort of explained it to me when I seen the first one. And but yeah, because I thought it was interesting, like watching it now, and there's sort of like you see the parallels in the I just found it interesting to see the way that the roles had reversed, whereas instead of the human studying the apes, it's the apes studying the humans, and it's like, yeah, a complete reversal. And but yeah, and the ending to this film, the first film at least, I actually thought that was it was quite chilling, how it ended, even though I knew it was coming. But yeah, it's but that's Planet of the Apes, 1968. And the last of the movies I watched was Shutter Island. I was kind of in a Leonardo DiCaprio mood, and I've sort of started to go back to the watching like 2011, 2010, etc. Because my current goal is to actually watch a movie like up until, like in succession, until the year I was born, which was 1987. So yeah, but I really did like this movie. I kind of call the ending not the exact ending, but I kind of, towards the end when he met the woman who, Rachel, I think that was the character's name, who, they were looking for, and when she sort of said, oh, you haven't, like, eaten the food or anything like that, I was sort of like, yeah, I think I can tell what's going to happen next. And then once he got to the lighthouse at the end, I was like, yeah, I can sort of see where this is going. But it was enough to keep me, like, entertained. And I mean, I didn't get the exact nature of the ending, but I sort of did figure out which way it was going. But I still thought this was very good. It's really like suspenseful, and yeah, it's just, I don't know how to explain it, but yeah, I just love the mood of it, and yeah, because I sort of liked how it went from it was like with the island, it was all dark, and then when there's like flashbacks and stuff, it was all really bright. I did like those contrasts. But yeah, I thought the cast was great, like Leonardo DiCaprio, Mark Ruffalo, however you say his surname. Yeah, really good cast, and yeah, I liked this movie a lot. So Shutter Island. And then just quickly, I have some books that I'm going to just quickly talk about. I Am Number 4 by Pittacus. I read this as part of my uni assignment because we had to review a book from published in 2009, and this was like pretty much the only book I had at that stage. And I liked it, like, it's an okay read, but I thought it just took a while to build up to the plot. Like, the flashbacks were done really well, like how they explained how they actually arrived to the planet and why they were there and everything. And if it had been more of that, this book would have been really good, like just the general sci-fi-ness of it. But I didn't care much for the high school drama and all of that, but I gave it like a 7 out of 10, so it's okay, but not the best book I've ever read. And but I still do want to check out the movie, but it's a bit expensive here at the moment, so I might have to order it. But yeah, and I do want to read the sequel to this to see how it progresses. But that's I Am Number 4. And then I finally got around to finishing The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo. It only took me 10 months to do so. I've just been, sidetracked, and it just took a while to actually sit down and read it. But really good book. I still have to get on with the second one, which I have. But it's like it's really gripping. I mean, it's brutal, but really good read. And I mean, I'm sure everything that has been said about this book has been said. But and I do have the Swedish adaptation of the first movie, but I'm going to wait until I see the American, like the David Fincher release. So and see that until I see the Swedish film. But yeah, this is really good, and I want to continue with this trilogy. So The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo, and then I have The Hunger Games, the first book in the series, and this was a fantastic read as well. I just loved the dystopian element of this, with the actual Hunger Games, and it was, once I started getting into it, it was like hard to put down. It was just that good a read, and so I actually finished, it took me, was sooner to finish this than it did to read Girl with the Dragon Tattoo. I mean, for completely different reasons, but yeah, I just loved this book, and I can't wait for the movie. It's like in my top 10 most anticipated of next year, and I'm about up to chapter 6 in the Catching Fire, so yeah, really loving this series. So that's the Hunger Games, and I won't be a moment. Yeah, sorry about that. I've been going on a bit longer than I expected. But yeah, so that's like books and movies, and just briefly I wanted to talk about the films I've seen at the cinema in the past week. And I've seen 3 movies. I had hoped it would be 4, but so I wanted to see The Three Musketeers, but I'll hopefully be seeing that on Wednesday, because I went, not last week, the week before, to see Contagion and The Three Musketeers, and they had technical difficulties at the session I was at, so I got a refund, and yeah, but I still want to see it because it just looks like a lot of fun, and hopefully when I go on Wednesday it will actually be working. But anyway, I've also, as I said, I saw Contagion, really good, it's actually quite scary. It's like when they sort of say how many times you touch your face also in a day, and I'm sure if you look back on my past videos, I actually do that quite a lot. It's just habit, you don't think about it, and then it's like when you think about how many objects you touch each day that other people have touched as well, and you're just like, yeah, it's just scary thinking how quickly it can spread. And then you're kind of like, if there is such a pandemic on the scale in the movie, it's sort of like, what will actually be the ultimate killer? It's like panic or the actual disease. And it was a very good movie. I gave it an 8 out of 10. Really good cast. Matt Damon was fantastic in this, and Lawrence Fishburne was also good as well. And because you had like Kate Winslet and Gwyneth Paltrow, and even though she wasn't in it for very long, but like it had a really good cast. And even though Jude Law's character was annoying, I wanted to punch him. If it's just, and I didn't actually realise that was an Australian accent he was trying to do. It was, yeah, it's just like, I'm an Australian, and I didn't know that was him trying to do an Aussie accent. But anyway, so I imagine there will be some like Oscar nominations for this movie, because I mean, and it does deserve it, like because it was, yeah, I really liked it, and yeah, so that was that. And then last week I saw Real Steel and In Time. I hadn't been planning on seeing Real Steel because the trailers, like I saw it the first time, and like the trailer, and I was kind of like, oh yeah, this movie looks interesting. And then as it came closer and closer, I was like, actually no, the trailers don't like it doesn't make it look good, because like a lot of the times I go based on trailers and stuff, which I think everyone mostly does. And yeah, so I don't know, but then I decided, you know, what the hell, because like I heard a lot of positive things coming out about it, and I was like, you know what, I'll give it a try. And I actually did enjoy it way more than what I expected, because I gave it an 8.5 out of 10. I thought Hugh Jackman did a really good job, and actually it's the first movie I've seen him in, like, at the cinema, with the exception of the cameo he does in the X-Men First Class, was in X-Men 2. That was the last movie I saw him in, like, actually going to the movies. And yeah, so I did like Real Still. I actually did like the kid who Dakota Goya, I think that's his name. He also played young Thor in Thor, which I didn't realise until later when I was looking up to see who he was. But he did a good job as well. And yeah, so basically don't be deceived by the trailers, because you will be surprised by how good this movie is. And then the other one I saw was In Time with Justin Timberlake. And again, which was the one I was looking forward to, like I'd planned to see as well, like I was going to see, and I just had a lot of fun with it. That's like, because it sort of has like an interesting premise with time as the currency, and you know, it's sort of like, because the rich can live forever, but the poor, they have to struggle to get by, and you don't age past 25. So I just thought the premise was really cool, and it is a fun movie as well. And I thought the cast was good. I mean, even Justin Timberlake does a good job, and has Amanda Seyfried as well. So I gave that an 8 out of 10. And just very quickly, just with the TV shows, because next, well, I think America and that's already had this episode, but Hawaii 5-0 and NCIS Los Angeles are doing a crossover episode, which I will get to see on Wednesday, and I'm so excited about it. Because you have Kenzie, I think that's the name, from LA, because I still have to see the second season of NCIS LA, which I have on lay-by, but it'll be in next month's update. But yeah, I just sort of thought, because I didn't even know they were doing the episode, and someone left a comment saying, oh, what do you think about the crossover app? And I'm sorry, I can't remember who you are, but because I was kind of like, oh, I didn't even know they were doing one, and then I googled it and found out, and I was like, dude, that is awesome. And because I am loving Hawaii 5-0 right now, because I know some people have been mixed on it, but I thought this start to this season has been pretty good. And I loved, well, for me, last week's episode when we finally learned what Kono had been up to, and I think pretty much everyone knew that it was like she was going undercover with IA, which I somewhat suspected, because like she pretty much, because if like she had just gone rogue for the sake of going rogue, it was like it went way too quickly, in like you'd almost need a full season just to go into that. But I really liked last week's episode, so yeah, I really need to get the first season, but it's not out until December here, because I didn't bother ordering it overseas, because it's just yeah, a bit short on money at the moment. But yeah, so I think that's everything I wanted to talk about for like the reviews and stuff. So I'm going to leave it here, and until my next video, I will see you guys next time. Bye.